Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a show for y'all, man. They got everybody talking. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. So, folks, ladies, and gentlemen, all hell done broke loose because of what took place last night in the NFL. Yesterday, the Cleveland Browns played against the Oakland Raiders. And it was a game of special interest because it made it the first time in Shedeur Sanders' career that he was going to become an NFL starter, right? And as you guys know, he has had a controversial lead up to his NFL debut. Going into the draft, a lot of people thought that he was going to be a high pick. That ended up not happening. And then, a lot of people essentially started to feel like the NFL came together and said, we're going to teach Shedeur Sanders a lesson because he's too arrogant. His father is too much of a loudmouth. And Shedeur ended up paying the price for it, right? He ended up paying the price for it. And in the midst of that, he ended up making a lot of fans for himself in the process of that. So yesterday, he had his first start in the NFL, and everyone is reacting to it. And it went well for him, right? It went well for him. I actually want to read from an article here called from the website, called Sporting News. And it says, Shedeur Sanders stats today, Brown rookie gets historic win, Raiders revenge in first NFL start. It then continues on. Shedeur Sanders' first NFL start didn't light up the stat sheet, but he accomplished a far greater feat. He became the first Browns rookie quarterback since 1995 to secure a win in his debut. In a 24-10 win against the Las Vegas Raiders, Sanders finished completing 11 of 20 passes for 209 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. The Browns defense dominated the day, sacking Geno Smith 10 times, and the Browns maintained a comfortable lead throughout. The Browns opened the scoring in the first quarter with a Quinton Judkins Wildcat touchdown, which came after a 44-yard punt return set Cleveland up deep in the opponent territory. Then Judkins added another after Sanders completed a 53-yard bomb to Isaiah Bond to get them inside the 5. After that, Cleveland maintained a double-digit lead for the rest of the game. Sanders' first touchdown came in the fourth quarter, where he dumped the ball off to Sampson on a 3rd and 9, and the rookie back from Tennessee took it all the way to the end zone for a 66-yard score. The quarterback looked calmer throughout the day, making some big throws, including to Bond to set up the second Judkins touchdown and a 33-yard completion for Jerry Jeudy, who fumbled on the play. Yeah, that fumble was insane. There was a particular play when he was running out. I couldn't even believe that. So let's get to his stats quickly. So Shedeur Sanders' stats today. 11 completions, pass attempts 20, passing yards 209, 1 touchdown, obviously 1 interception, rushing yards -1, rushing touchdowns 0. So that was his play, and overall, he played well. The internet is reacting to him. Skip Bayless, everybody feeling good. You saw Deion Sanders smiling; his teeth was shining like I don't know what, man, like the gates of heaven, man. It was pretty amazing, right? So after that performance, people began to think that, oh well, Shedeur Sanders is going to be starting. But little did they know that the head coach had other plans, and he seemed to refuse to proclaim Shedeur Sanders as the starter moving forward, and that had people in an uproar. But before we even get into what he had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds, and I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, so what we want to do now, I want to play some of the sound of the Cleveland Browns head coach, what he had to say when he was asked by the press about whether or not Shedeur would start, and I'm going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
Yeah, we talk about playing clean, and we really gave them two balls there with the interception, and then really Jerry's a better player than that to know those guys are always coming from behind. So we have to be better there. We have to play clean in that giveaway column there, and that's going to hold you back. And especially, Jerry made a huge play for us, so we have to come away with points there, 7, if not 3. But that'll be a main focus for all of our guys. And when you're playing, especially on the road, and you're playing good teams. When we're playing a good team next week, you have to play clean. You got to try to win that turnover margin. Yeah, obviously, this team did a nice job of loading those boxes, and we have to run efficiently even versus those, Tony. But there were opportunities in the back end, and obviously getting that play off of scramble drill was huge, the one to IB. I mean, that's a great play for us in that moment when we're outmanned to be able to escape and make that throw. And then, the play to Samp, I thought, obviously, great individual effort by Samp, but the blocking on the perimeter was so key, and that was something that we talked about all week, how important on that play and a bunch of those perimeter plays, the blocking was going to be important. I thought, I can think of Sed and Harold and Dave were out there blocking on the perimeter, did a really nice job. Yeah, we felt confident in our guys. I think I told you guys last week, we trust our guys. We trust our guys to go make plays, and that there are plays to be had. There's always room for improvement, and that's what we focus on in our building. That's our guys have the right attitude to find ways to improve. But obviously, when you can make plays down the field, it opens up everything. No, we had a couple. Third quarter, it seemed to be an epidemic there on our side with offense, defense, and special teams getting penalties. But I thought by and large operation was good. And I have to credit, it's nice having a veteran center when you have rookie quarterbacks playing in there that you can really lean on. Ethan Posick, he did a great job as well with Shedeur. I think potentially, he's had a lot of reps with Gage throughout the spring and summer. Obviously, when you're working Harold, not as much, but Harold and IB on those two plays in particular, those are very trustworthy players. Those are guys that you feel confident as a quarterback that they're going to be where they're supposed to be. I thought Harold was outstanding. His run after catch showed up in this game. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that, Chris. Obviously, proud of him and proud of this offense, and there are a ton of things to learn from, but I'm just going to, worry about today.
So you heard the comments from the head coach. What are my thoughts about this? Well, first of all, let me say this. As y'all know, we're not an NFL channel, so the quarterback that he's filling in for, I don't know how well he plays regularly, but I will say this. Shedeur has a lot of supporters. And usually when people feel like a guy is being mistreated, he usually begins to get a lot of support. Kind of similar to what happened to Russell Westbrook with the Lakers. Prior to Russell Westbrook joining the Lakers, I wasn't a huge Russell Westbrook fan. A lot of people weren't huge Russell Westbrook fans. But when they began to see how he was made a scapegoat and the things that he that he experienced after his time with the Lakers, during his time with the Lakers, a lot of people began to root for him because they wanted to see him do well. And I think that's what's happening in the case of Shedeur Sanders with the Browns. Now, does this mean that the external pressure from the public is going to cause the coach to have a change of mind? I don't think so. NFL coaches seem to be very dogmatic. They seem to be very principled in their ideas. So I don't think the external noise is going to cause him to make him a starter, right? I don't know. It may happen, but I'm not sure, right? So 2 questions for the audience. Number 1, how do you think Shedeur played? Number 2, do you think he played well enough to be the starter for the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns moving forward? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.